Surat Al-Mulk. Learning objectives. Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh, my friends. How are you? It's great to see you again. Today our lesson will be about the second part of Surat Al-Mulk. Let's begin. The second part of Surat Al-Mulk, or Surah Tabaraka, consists of the 6th to 11th verses of that blessed surah. Let's learn how to recite it together. You can listen to the recitation of the second part of Surat Al-Mulk in the attached video. Bismillah ar-Rahman ar-Rahim. Those who disbelieve in their Lord will suffer the punishment of hell. What an evil destination! When they are tossed into it, they will hear its roaring as it boils over, almost bursting in fury. Every time a group is cast into it, its keepers will ask them, "Did a warner not come to you?" They will reply, "Yes, a warner did come to us, but we denied and said, 'Allah has revealed nothing, you are extremely astray.' And they will lament, 'If only we had listened and reasoned, we would not be among the residents of the blaze.' And so they will confess their sins. So away with the residents of the blaze." Which of you has noticed pause marks in the verses we just recited together? Well done. The symbol indicates that it is preferred to continue reading rather than stopping. Well done. Let's get to know the meaning of some important words mentioned in this blessed surah. Roaring, terrifying sounds. Fury, intense rage or anger. Its keepers, the angels of punishment. The residents of the blaze, the people of hellfire. Now let's learn more about Surat Al-Mulk and understand the meaning of the verses 6 to 11 of this blessed surah. Surat Al-Mulk is a Meccan surah and it has 30 verses. In the Sunnah of the Prophet, there are many hadiths that talk about its virtues. It is narrated that the Prophet, peace be upon him, said about Surat Al-Mulk, "There is a surah in the Quran which contains 30 ayah, which kept interceding for a man until his sins are forgiven. This surah is, 'Blessed is he in whose hand is the dominion.'" And the meaning of interceding is to plead with Allah Almighty to show mercy by forgiving the human being and admitting him to paradise. So let's start by interpreting these noble verses. Allah Almighty says, "Those who disbelieve in their Lord will suffer the punishment of hell. What an evil destination!" Those disbelievers who deny their Creator will suffer the punishment of hellfire. What a horrible place they find themselves in after returning to their Lord. Allah Almighty also says, when they are tossed into it, they will hear its roaring as it boils over. When the disbelievers are cast into hellfire, they will hear its terrifying, intense noises while it furiously boils. Allah Almighty also says, almost bursting in fury, every time a group is cast into it, its keepers will ask them, "Did a warner not come to you?" Hellfire will be so angry with the disbelievers that it will tear itself apart. Whenever a group of them is thrown into its flames, the angels of punishment will scold them, asking, "Didn't Allah send a messenger to warn you about the torment of hellfire that you're now encountering?" What was their response to the angels? Let's find out together by reciting what Allah Almighty said. Allah Almighty also says, they will reply, "Yes, a warner did come to us, but we denied and said, 'Allah has revealed nothing, you are extremely astray.'" They responded to the angels saying, "Yes, certainly a messenger from Allah came to us. He cautioned us about Allah's punishment and urged us to worship Him, but unfortunately, we denied Him and told Him that Allah has not revealed anything to anyone. We accused the messengers of being distant from the truth, claiming that we were on the right path." Allah Almighty also says, and they will lament, "If only we had listened and reasoned, we would not be among the residents of the blaze." This means that the disbelievers admitted to the angels, saying, "If we had listened to the messengers carefully, or if we had thought deeply about what they were telling us, we would not have found ourselves here among the people of hellfire." Allah Almighty also says, "And so they will confess their sins, so away with the residents of the blaze." In this verse, Allah is telling us that those in hell admitted they didn't believe in Him, and because of that, they're getting punished. People in hellfire are really far from Allah's mercy. Now, which of you can mention other verses from the Holy Quran that show how regretful the disbelievers will be for not following and responding to the teachings of the messengers? Well done, my friends. Allah Almighty says in Surat Al-Mulk, "The name of Allah, the most merciful, the most compassionate. What has landed you in hell?" They will reply, "We were not of those who prayed, nor did we feed the poor." In those noble verses from Surat Al-Mulk, the disbelievers regret ending up in hellfire, which is also called Saqar, as mentioned in Surat Al-Mulk. And this is because they never prayed to Allah Almighty, unlike the believers who pray 5 times a day. They never gave charity to the poor or liked doing good deeds in their entire life on earth. They even despised such actions. May Allah protect us from hellfire, the people of hellfire, and from every action that draws us closer to it. Now, which of you can recite and properly interpret the verses 6 to 11 of Surat Al-Mulk? Well done, my friends. Today we have learned that Surat Al-Mulk is a Meccan surah with great virtue, because it kept interceding for a man until his sins were forgiven. Therefore, it's important for us to read it regularly and reflect on its meaning. The verses from 6 to 11 of Surat Al-Mulk discuss the following: the fate awaiting the disbelievers on the Day of Judgment, and the consequences they will endure for their disobedience, their denial of the messengers of Allah, peace be upon them, the deep regret and remorse they will experience on the Judgment Day for disobeying Allah Almighty and His Messenger. O Allah, include us among the inhabitants of paradise, shield us from hellfire, and guide us to the actions and words that draw us closer to you.